Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Justina. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm going to talk about the North Node and Chiron conjunction happening on the 19th of February at 16 degrees of Aries. So it's a really unique and remarkable opportunity for healing and for breaking away from that karmic cycle. All right, we'll explore it more in depth in a moment. First of all, here, Aries is a cardinal sign. Have a look if you have any placements at around 16 degrees of Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer, because you will be under a greater influence of this event. Now, here, the 16th degree of Aries is ruled by the Sun here. This is the second decan. And here with the Sun influencing the energy of this conjunction, there is this great potential for healing. With the Sun ruling that second decan of Aries, we don't stop until we reach our goal. So there is a lot of ambition, there is a lot of courage and that ability to use your leadership skills as well. All right, so first of all, what does Chiron represent in astrology? Chiron is an asteroid and it is also called the wounded healer. It represents our deepest wounds in the areas in which we need to heal and grow. Chiron is associated with themes connected to self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-healing. Chiron's placement in the birth chart indicates areas of life or area of life where we may struggle, but also the potential for personal growth. Now, Chiron is most prominent in the areas connected to health, healing, and spirituality. It is also connected to the archetype of the wounded healer, which involves using own experiences of pain and suffering to help others heal and grow. So overall, Chiron's placement in the birth chart can provide truly valuable insights into our wounds and the potential for healing and growth in our lives. Chiron reminds us that our pain and our struggles can be transformed into a source of strength and wisdom, and that we have the power to heal ourselves and others through our own transformation. Right, so that's Chiron. Now, the North Node, on the other hand, the North Node is a point in astrology, is a point in the sky that represents our life purpose, our life path, our destiny. And it is also referred as the dragon's head. It is opposite the south node, which is connected to our karmic past. Now, the North Node is said to indicate the lessons, the experiences that we need to learn in this lifetime in order to grow and evolve spiritually. So here when the North Node and Chiron meet in Aries at 16 degrees, we've got this amazing opportunity to look at our wounds, our struggles, our pain from a very different angle. And here there's an opportunity to break away from this karmic wounding cycle. Chiron in Aries is all about embracing our deepest wounds around self-identity, self-worth, and self-expression. Here, the North Node and Chiron conjunction in Aries offers this amazing opportunity to heal these wounds and develop a stronger sense of self through self-discovery, self-expression, or creative explorations. The North Node and Chiron conjunction can bring up unresolved issues or perhaps some unhealed emotions, feelings. But at the same time, it also offers an opportunity for healing and in order to move forward. With the North Node in Aries, there is a calling to take action and assert oneself in a new, bold, more courageous way, while Chiron's presence can help to bring awareness to any areas of pain, vulnerability that need our attention. So here it might not be an easy process or a straightforward overnight process, but ultimately with the necessary work and an effort can lead to growth, self-discovery, and a more profound sense of purpose. The most recent conjunction between the North Node and Chiron in Aries took place in 1969. And during that year, there was a big festival, big event called the Harlem Cultural Festival, more commonly known as the Black Woodstock. So here the idea behind Black Woodstock was to celebrate African American music and promote Black pride and unity after a really difficult period during the late 1960s, which saw the Watts riots and the deaths of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Now, in 1875, we had another one of these conjunctions between the North Node and Chiron in Aries. And during that year, anti-slavery society was formed in New York. That was in January 1875. And then in April 1875, the New York Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children was established, the world first such agency was incorporated. Now, in 1820, on the other hand, we had another one of these conjunctions, and that was a really interesting year. I'll tell you something fun in a moment. But first of all, we had the first US eye hospital established. And it opened in New York City. That was in August 1820. And in June 1820, tomato, which is red in color, connected to Mars, the ruler of Aries. So here, tomato was proven to be non-poisonous by Colonel Robert Gibbon. So he ate a tomato on steps of courthouse in Salem in New Jersey. And here, to prove that tomatoes are not poisonous. So that was really interesting, an interesting fact. All right, so here a little bit of history for you. Now let's see what this conjunction means for you on a more personal level. And we will start from the first sign, Aries. As always, I will share my screen with you so that you can see the chart for this particular event. All right, so hello Aries and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming the North Node and Chiron conjunction in your first house. So here the focus, the attention is on self-identity, self-expression, personal growth as well. And generally this transit may highlight any areas of insecurity, anything to do with self-doubt, perhaps maybe lack of confidence that you have been experiencing in the recent past or generally throughout your life. So there's this amazing opportunity here to embrace and maybe even transform any wounds connected to your identity and your ego, your persona. So here, lots of healing energies that can help you to develop a stronger sense of self and also a stronger or a more profound sense of purpose. So here with that Aries energy, of course, that's your rising sign, and also that 16th degree being ruled by the sun. You can take action, you can take bold and courageous action towards achieving your goals, achieving your desires. Here, Chiron brings that self-awareness, especially in the area of pain, vulnerability that need your attention. So things from the past years could come back or come up into the surface, but at the same time, you might see them from a different perspective, a different light as well. Now, this transit might require some introspection, self-reflection as well, maybe some peace and quiet time alone as well for you to truly understand these energies, and perhaps they will lead to some major breakthroughs, self-discovery as well, empowerment moving forward, fulfillment in your life as well. Because also what I didn't actually mention in the initial part of this video is that this event is happening within a close degree to the eclipse that will take place in Aries on the 8th of April. So perhaps there is something that you can heal at this point while you prepare for the major event eclipse to take place in April. All right, so here we go. Now let's move into Taurus. Here we go. That's all right. So Taurus, this is your 12th house. That's where the energies are present. And something I didn't mention in the initial part of this video, I realized during the Aries horoscope, is that this conjunction is happening at a similar degree to the eclipse that will be here on the 8th of April. So take this conjunction, this event, as an opportunity to heal whatever that needs healing in the area of that 12th house, any addictions, negative habits, as you prepare for this new chapter to begin in your life when the eclipse takes place in April. All right, so this is happening in your 12th house. So the focus is on a spirituality, healing, and unconscious mind as well. Any negative habits that you may have developed over the last few months, years or so, your sleeping routine, for example, addiction to overindulgence as well. But here, this generally conjunction could also bring up some unresolved feelings, issues from the past that perhaps affect your ability to connect with your inner self or perhaps grow spiritually in some way. So here, with the North Node being present here, this is a time of spiritual growth, self-discovery. Are there any blockages? Anything that stops you from moving forward, from growing spiritually, and perhaps from being more present in your life? Then here, this will become more visible, more noticeable around this time. At the same time, Chiron's influence here during this phase of your life can bring that awareness connected to pain, vulnerability that requires your attention at this time. So perhaps this is a time of some deep healing that you will be going through, deep inner work, perhaps a greater willingness or a greater inner courage to confront your fears, confront your perhaps some shadows. But ultimately here, what this conjunction is about, this can lead to greater sense of peace, of inner peace, connection, or a greater, deeper connection with your inner self, a greater self-understanding as well. So lots of potentials here. And I think it's a good time to really, really think carefully and deeply about what is it that stops you from being your true and authentic self. It's a time when you can really take action. Remember, this 16 degrees ruled by the sun, which brings courage, which brings those leadership qualities as well. Right. So that's a little bit about here, this conjunction for you. Now, let's have a look at Geminis. Geminis, for you, this is happening in your 11th house. So here, the healing is in the friendship zone, goals, hopes, desires for the future. This is all very much highlighted. All right, so yeah, so social networks, your community, your aspirations, long-term goals, hopes, desires for the future. So that's what this transit may highlight. Now, at the same time, perhaps there is some kind of disconnection that you might that might become more visible and during this time with some people in your life, or perhaps this could be connected to some unfulfilled dreams that might come into the surface. And here you've got this amazing opportunity during this time to make positive changes here connected to these goals, dreams. Perhaps you'll be redefining them at this point and finding new ways, maybe even to reach the goals that were forgotten, that perhaps were out of reach. You might find the inner strength and the inner courage to take charge of your life and overall implement these positive changes into your life, into your friendships as well. Now, at the same time, there's this amazing opportunity for experiencing this greater fulfillment and success in this area of life as well. Here with the North Node in Aries, that Aries influence, this is about taking bold action towards your dreams and hopes, aspirations, but also social connections. And with Chiron presence here, Chiron brings that greater awareness to any pain, vulnerability that you may have experienced in group surroundings, with friendships. Perhaps there is a greater attention you need to invest into this area of your life, into these wounds. Perhaps you will be seeing them from a different light. This could be connected to healing a friendship, a connection with another person, because you might find the inner strength, or vice versa. They might also, the other person, you might find that mutual understanding. This is about generally also that willingness to take risks. But ultimately, this can lead to generally greater social and professional success as well. Perhaps you're joining a healing group with perhaps with people who are going through similar experiences as you as well. Maybe you have this greater need to belong to a certain group, to a community, or generally here you want to experience that greater sense of belonging or purpose within your community. So these sort of themes will be could be present around this time, and it is a time to reflect, to reevaluate, to spend maybe even on your own, withdraw when needed in order to collect your thoughts and make the necessary changes. Now, remember, we've got an eclipse in Aries on the 8th, 9th of April at 19 degrees of Aries, which will be connected to the North Node and Chiron conjunction here, because it will be at a similar degree in the same house, in the same sign. So here with the North Node and Chiron conjunction, you've got this amazing opportunity to heal any connections, or perhaps your ability to connect to others, to find your inner voice in group surroundings, in group environments, or perhaps it's an opportunity to redefine your goals and desires, or perhaps return to some unfulfilled dreams that were never fulfilled in the past. So see how this plays out in your life, but then if you dedicate some time to heal whatever that whatever emotions and feelings that come up around this time, you can prepare more effectively for the upcoming Aries eclipse in April. Okay, so here let's move into Cancer. Cancer, for you, this is happening in your 10th house. That's where Aries is present. So that's your area of career, public image, and maybe even your parents will be highlighted during this time, because that's also the area of the parental figures, as well as career, public image, and authority. So overall here, this conjunction may highlight any areas of dissatisfaction or unfulfillment in your career, in your professional life, for example. But at the same time here, this conjunction provides this amazing opportunity for implementing positive changes moving forward. Remember, we've got this eclipse in Aries on the 8th of April, which will be at a similar degree at 19 degrees. So a close degree to this conjunction between the North Node and Chiron. So perhaps if you dedicate some time to heal any anything that perhaps dissatisfy you in your career, or any difficult emotions, feelings, or if you just dedicate some time to think things through and identify potential negative factors, energies in this area of your life, then you can better prepare for that eclipse or the opportunities that the eclipse in Aries will bring in on April the 8th. So it's all about implementing these positive changes that can lead to greater recognition, success, fulfillment in your career. Remember, next year is huge for you, and 2026 as well, because both Neptune and Saturn will come here. So this will be like a major new phase chapter in your career. So here, this conjunction offers this amazing opportunity for healing, for implementing positive changes as you break away from anything that is negative here in this area of your life. So with that Aries influence, it's all about taking bold action here. That 16 degrees ruled by the sun, and generally any kind of positive action that can help you to reach your goals. And with Chiron being present here and also activated at this point, Chiron brings heightened awareness as well to any areas of pain, any struggles that need your attention in your area of career, public life as well. So here is all about finding that inner courage and that willingness to make the necessary steps forward, or to implement the necessary changes that will lead to greater professional fulfillment, success, and a perhaps stronger sense of purpose, fulfillment in your career. Okay, so now let's have a look at Leo. Leo, and I think that's Leo, that's a special one for you, because the 16th degree is ruled by the sun, and here of Aries, and your ruler is the sun. So I think there is a little nice connection here. So there could be some opportunities for growth, and here that's also fire sign, same as Leo. So here the North Node and Chiron conjunction in your 9th house, which is connected to higher education, travel, spiritual exploration, life principles as well, your life philosophy. So generally here, this transit will emphasize, bring into light any perhaps unfulfilled goals, desires connected to this area of your life, perhaps some kind of disconnection or unfulfillment that you may have experienced in the past, that act as a blockage towards current life situation, current life scenario, because the 9th house is connected to spontaneity, adventure. So if there are any blockages or wounds from the past that stops you from being your true self, then here they might become alive and more noticeable, visible around this time. So there's this opportunity here during this the month of February overall to implement positive changes that can really lead to greater wisdom, greater growth, and expansion as well. So with the North Node in Aries, this could be about perhaps taking action when it comes to your education, or perhaps you could be redefining your life principles, your belief system as well. And Chiron brings, as I mentioned earlier, that greater awareness when it comes to any vulnerability that needs your attention in this area of your life. Remember that we will have the eclipse in April, and an Aries eclipse at 19 degrees of Aries, a solar eclipse as well. So perhaps dedicate some time, if you can, to see what perhaps needs to be redefined in the area of personal life philosophy, life principles as well. And perhaps if there is anything that blocks that ability to experience that sense of expansion, growth, and personal development, this conjunction here can help you to heal, break away from that negative cycle, find that inner strength, inner courage as well, willingness to take risks even. So it's all about also spiritual growth, self-discovery, and experiencing that deeper sense of connection with the world at large. Okay, so that's for you here. That's the message for you, Leos. And here, Virgos. Virgos, this is happening in your 8th house. 8th house is the house of transformation, regeneration, death and rebirth, and intimacy, shared resources as well. So here, this conjunction highlights these areas of your life, if there are some unresolved issues, perhaps some deeply rooted feelings, emotions that you still have stuck inside you, that you never had a chance to release them, you never had a chance to discuss them with another person. And overall, perhaps this is also connected to some potential power struggles. And if there are some issues also in the area of shared and joint resources. So here, this conjunction overall brings this amazing opportunity for implementing positive changes that can generally lead to greater depth, a greater or a deeper connection in your relationships, or perhaps even financial stability in your life. So here the North Node in Aries, and remember that 16 degrees ruled by the Sun, which brings that courage and leadership, but also that ability to take charge and just follow through until you reach your goal, until you reach your purpose. So that's here. It's all about healing these negative energies potentially, or some wounding energies connected to your intimate life, close bonds, or that ability to establish close and deep connection with other people. But at the same time, it's also connected to that financial area of your life as well, especially not your income, but perhaps any debts, any loans, perhaps that you may have. Now, Chiron's presence here, on the other hand, brings awareness to any vulnerabilities that need your attention. And perhaps this is a time to also confront some fears, some shadows. And overall here, what this transit, this conjunction is about, is it can generally help you to implement the positive changes, but at the same time, it can lead to greater emotional and financial stability, but at the same time, the deeper sense of intimacy, connection also with in relationships with others. At the same time, you could also finally be able to heal some difficult and deeply rooted emotions and feelings that act as a blockage towards that ability to move forward in your life. Right. So whatever that you heal at this point here, connected to these deep connections, deeply rooted feelings, emotions, anything to do with that financial stability, or a potential to reach a financial stability in your life, it will have a strong influence or impact upon how the eclipse in Aries in April will unfold in your life, because it will happen at a similar degree to this conjunction. It's 19 degree, this conjunction is at 16 degree. So it's still the same decan. Okay, so now let's have a look at Libra. Libra, this is happening in your seventh house. It's an important one for you, because it's an opposite your ascendant sign. And also, it's also a cardinal sign. Now, this event, the North Node and Chiron conjunction, is going to happen at a very similar degree to the April solar eclipse in Aries. So the healing that occurs throughout the month of February, maybe even towards the early days of March, will have an influence upon that Aries eclipse and how it unfolds for you, because it will be in the same sign, in the same house, at a similar degree, the second decan. The good thing is that that second decan of Aries is ruled by the Sun. So here, this really helps us to take charge of our lives, or the area of life activated by these events. But at the same time, you can reach your goal, because you've got that inner strength as well, determination. So that's your seventh house. So the relationships are highlighted. Relationships, yes. So basically, what it is that with the eclipses on Aries and Libra now happening this year, we had a couple of these last year, and they will end in spring next year, early next year. You're closing a major 19 years cycle. The North Node and Chiron can bring up a unhealed emotions, feelings from past relationships from the last 19 years. And you've got this amazing opportunity to finally putting them to rest. especially since this new cycle can bring a new connection, new relationship into your life. Now, if you're not changing a relationship, if you're still in the same relationship, you could still have an opportunity for healing, or perhaps healing an important connection in your life as well. So overall, during this time, we've got this massive emphasis upon your partnerships, relationships. It's all about finding balance as well during this time. And any imbalance or any unresolved issues from the past in the area of relationships, partnerships, they will become visible. They will come up to the surface at this point as well. So we've got this great opportunity to make positive changes during this time, and they can lead to a greater, perhaps greater harmony, a greater fulfillment in your relationships. And now with the North Node in Aries, this is about taking action, of course, under that Aryan influence. But at the same time, this can really help you to improve your one-to-one connections, partnerships, find greater balance. And here with Chiron's influence and presence, this brings a greater awareness at perhaps any disconnection, a possible disconnection, or anything that needs attention that was overlooked in the past. So with willingness and courage, which definitely is activated during this time, you'll be able to confront any fears, any negative patterns that perhaps may have been present in your relationship. This conjunction can really help you to experience or even reach that greater emotional fulfillment, and maybe even, or hopefully even, a deeper sense of connection and harmony in these one-to-one connections. It's really essential that you perhaps face the challenges, the fears, the potential fears that emerge around this time, because this can really help you to take advantage of the eclipse that will take place in April, because it's a powerful one. And this conjunction between the North Node and Aries acts as like a preparation for that major new beginnings that will emerge in April in this area of your life. Right, so now Scorpio. Scorpio, this is happening in your sixth house. Okay, so the sixth house, is the house of health, of the house of also our daily life, daily routine. And this is an interesting one because, of course, we will have an eclipse in Aries in April at a similar degree, at 19 degrees, or also the third decan of Aries. And here during this time, we have an opportunity to heal, to implement the positive changes into this area of your life in order to perhaps prepare yourself deeper and better for the eclipse in April. So here overall during this time, there's this massive focus on your health, on your work environment, on your daily routine as well. And this transit can also highlight any areas of imbalance, or perhaps some unhealed emotions, unhealed pains or struggles connected to this area of your life, especially the ones that are unhealed or unresolved. They might become more apparent during this time. So with this conjunction with the North Node, we are healing in order to move forward. The North Node is about the future, the unknown, the unexplored, and it's about our purpose, destiny. So here, Chiron and the North conjunction provide this fantastic potential for healing, for looking at things from a very different perspective, different angle, and in order for us to experience that greater fulfillment and well-being as well. So many Scorpios could be going through a major healing phase, self-healing. Of course, Pluto is now in the fourth house, influencing that very sensitive area of life. So yes, many Scorpios are already going through this major healing, self-discovery at this point as well. If the North Node and Aries conjunction, you can also implement these positive changes. And perhaps this is connected to becoming more assertive in your work sphere, in your work environment. Perhaps you want to implement a new health regime into your life as well. Now, Chiron brings that awareness into any imperfections, any imbalance, any vulnerabilities that need your attention. So for this reason, perhaps you will be going through these major dietary changes, lifestyle changes definitely on the horizon. I've been telling that for a while now. And I think here, Chiron will push this forward, especially if you haven't done anything in this regards, then here you might be really stimulated to finally take charge of this area of your life. It's all about implementing positive changes, and it's about moving away or breaking away from that negative cycle in order to experience that greater fulfillment in this area of your life. Growth, healing is really highlighted. Okay, now let's have a look at the next sign, and this is Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is your 5th house. All right, so that's here your area of children, the romantic side of life, self-expression, your inner child is here highlighted, but also that ability to express yourself freely, authentically. And so here, yes, this transit will bring into light perhaps any unfulfillment that you may have experienced throughout your life. If someone blocked that ability to be your authentic self, or perhaps if that self-expression was never fully developed, and you feel like you lack skills, or if you feel like you never had a chance to fully develop certain talents, then these kind of feelings, emotions, and unresolved issues might become very apparent and visible during this time. Here you can implement positive changes. You've got an eclipse coming up in Aries in April, on April the 8th at 19 degrees. So a similar degree to this conjunction. This conjunction is at 16 degrees, but also the second decan ruled by the sun, which gives a lot of strength and that ability to take charge of your life and to reach your goal and desire and get through to the end. So that's really great. So overall, you have an opportunity to perhaps go back to some of your skills, especially when Mercury is retrograde here in April. And perhaps some of you will be further developing skills that perhaps were never fully developed, or perhaps if someone crushed you early in life, and then maybe you will find that inner strength during that Aries and Libra cycle to overcome or heal that inner child, first of all, and those inner emotions. Look at them from a very different light. Find that inner lion inside you and inner strength, and take bold actions in order to experience that greater fulfillment in your life. So overall, yes, Chiron could bring up these vulnerabilities and struggles. They might become more apparent, but at the same time, with that Arian influence, you've got this inner strength to face your fears, to face your shadows, and to finally heal that inner child. Perhaps you'll be redefining yourself, finding that inner strength to finally be your true self, or take the necessary steps in order to express yourself really authentically. Perhaps you're reconnecting with your inner self. Perhaps you're returning some old goals that were never really fully accomplished. Right. Yes. So that's ultimately what this transit is about, is to find a greater sense of self, a greater perhaps ability to express yourself. It's all about also that emotional fulfillment, deeper sense of joy, creativity in your life as well. Okay, now let's have a look at Capricorn. Capricorn, so this is your 4th house. So you're dealing with your home and family dynamics, and there is a strong attention at this time centered around your emotional security, around your home and family dynamics, your ancestors, your family roots as well. And whatever that you heal and deal around this time, it can really help you to take advantage of the opportunities that will be present around that Aries solar eclipse in April, on April the 8th. So overall, yes, the attention is surrounded around your home and perhaps family dynamics, and also any unresolved issues or emotional wounds connected to your family dynamics, to your childhood, might perhaps become more apparent or alive during this time. So here, this conjunction provides an opportunity, a potential to heal those wounds, to break away from that negative cycle. But at the same time, you can implement perhaps some positive changes during this time that can lead to greater emotional fulfillment, to emotional stability as well. So with the North Node in Aries and that 16th degree of Aries being ruled by the Sun, you've got that inner strength and courage to take charge of your domestic area of your life and that emotional area of your life as well. And perhaps this is about creating a stable, secure home environment. Now, Chiron's presence can bring awareness or a greater awareness to any difficult feelings or emotions that need your attention. So it's yes, this transit will require some courage. It will require some willingness to confront some of your fears, some of the patterns perhaps related to family dynamics, to emotional security. But ultimately, it can lead to emotional fulfillment, stability, a deeper sense of connection to your home, to your family dynamics, and perhaps a greater sense of belonging within your own family, within your home life, as you prepare for the eclipse also in Aries, because there will be some major new beginnings coming up for you in your home sphere in April. Okay, now let's have a look at Aquarius. Aquarius, this is happening in your third house, so communication is highlighted, and short distance travel, your family, relatives, siblings, next of kin, communication, learning, community. So overall here with Chiron, the wounded healer, during this time, perhaps some unresolved issues connected to communication, to your intellect, or that ability to feel confident about how much you know, about your knowledge, for example. So there could be some wounds and some unresolved issues connected to communication, or perhaps your learning capabilities, abilities that might actually come up as well. Some unhealed wounds and feelings, but this conjunction offers this amazing opportunity for making constructive changes, positive changes that can generally help you to feel more fulfilled in this area of your life, or perhaps that can help you to connect easier, better with others, or communicate more freely as well. Here, that Aries energy is connected to taking bold action, along with that 16th degree ruled by the Sun. Remember, we've got the solar eclipse in April on the 6th, on the 8th, 9th of April at 19th degree of Aries. Some major new beginnings will be happening here in your area of your third house, communication, or perhaps a new business. But first, take this opportunity here in February to heal, to fix any communication issues that you may have, or perhaps if you need to learn or update some of your skills. So this is a time for doing so as well, for taking action to improve your communication, perhaps to learn something new, or something that you've been wanting to refresh, for example. There's this amazing opportunity. Now, Chiron's presence in this area of life can generally bring that greater awareness of what needs to be fixed or what needs your attention. But at the same time here, ultimately, if you dedicate enough energy and enough effort, you can heal some of these communication perhaps issues that if you have any, or anything to do with learning or connecting with other people. For example, perhaps you can improve your relationship with others as well. It's all about also experiencing that deeper sense of connection, of connecting to your community, and also experiencing that greater personal growth as well moving forward. Okay, but at the same time, you can achieve this, but you will have to first face some of the fears, some of the energies that will be present around this time. So amazing potential, but it's also about kind of finding that inner courage, inner willingness to face whatever that emerges around this time. All right, so let's have a look at Pisces now. Pisces, welcome, and here this conjunction is happening in your second house. So that's your area of your income, financial security, stability, self-worth, and self-esteem is also highlighted here. So overall here, the North Node and Chiron conjunction can highlight any areas of perhaps or any unhealed emotions, feelings, unresolved issues connected to insecurity, or perhaps anything to do with self-worth, self-esteem, or maybe even your financial situation as well. So you've got this amazing opportunity to implement some positive changes that can lead to greater financial stability and security in your life, abundance as well. There's an opportunity to heal any wounds that crushed that ability to feel confident, or perhaps anything to do with that self-worth and self-esteem as well. So with the North Node in Aries here, it's all about finding that inner courage, inner strength, inner willingness to face the fears and healed emotions and feelings that could become alive around this time. And Chiron here being activated during this conjunction brings that awareness to any areas of vulnerability or any blockages that perhaps stops you from finding or reaching that financial fulfillment, growth as well, or even career success. So yes, you might have to confront some fears and perhaps even patterns related to finances or self-worth. And ultimately, what this conjunction is about is about experiencing that greater financial stability, abundance, a deeper sense of self-worth. So perhaps you'll be attending webinars or some healing sessions, or maybe even reading articles about that could help you generally to heal that inner self and be more confident within oneself as well. Remember, we've got an eclipse in Aries coming up in April that is connected to this conjunction as well. So if you can heal yourself or any unhealed emotions, feelings that come up around this time connected to that financial security or that ability to be financially successful, independent, self-reliant, then you can really prepare for the upcoming eclipse in Aries and take advantage of the energies that will be present around this that time. All right, so thank you. All right, so we reached the final sign for this forecast. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next time, bye for now.